Alright, finally we're going to clean the raw kymograph. So this is the kymograph that we are going to work on. So you can see the velum and the velopharyngeal openings are represented by these gaps, and we want only these ones to be represented in black and everything else in white. So we load the data into, load the kymograph into ImageJ, but before we do that, we actually can do one single thing, that is enabling a macro, that means recording the activity that we're doing, because sometimes we want to have some records so that the results are reproducible. So enable that if it is possible for you. Otherwise, don't bother for now. But let me know if you need help. Okay. So we load the kymograph from here. So this is the kymograph, and we now do a thresholding. So what kind of thresholding we are doing? So we go to image and then adjust and then color. No, only threshold. Here, so if you slide the bottom one, there are two sliders, the bottom one to the left, it will force both the sliders to the left edge. Now keep the first one at 0, the second one, the bottom one, gradually move to your right, and then see, our purpose is to cover all those black pixels with the red ones, red color, red shades. Now you can see it is doing a good job so far, but still we need to go more, but not too much, so that we don't distinguish the black and white anymore. So we want to pick a position that is doing a decent job distinguishing the black pixels from the white regions. I believe this is somewhat a good approximation. So this is about 46, and it looks somewhat reasonable. Okay, and then we click apply, and then we can close the threshold window. Now here you can see we now only have black and white, so which makes the job a little bit easier. We now need to clean this up, so let me make the window a little bit bigger. Okay, so we want to clean this up. Oh, actually it didn't make a difference much. Anyway, so what we want to do is we want to keep, you can see the in this case we have inverted colors. So the black pixels in the original kymograph turn white. So we are interested in these white areas. These are the velum, VPO, or the gaps between the velum and the velopharyngeal wall. So we want to turn everything else into black in this image. So we can get the rectangular selection button from here. So now we can select parts of the image like this and then press delete. So it will turn the region black. Actually we left out some white pixels here, so in the top here. So okay, so click outside to get a new selection, click outside, and then here, and then I'm doing the very obvious ones first, the two edges. So be careful about any pixels left in the corner. Now let me zoom in a little bit, right? Okay, now we want to get rid of these white pixels like here. So we want to delete them. So I'm deleting these parts, and I'm drawing multiple smaller rectangles so that I only delete the ones that we're not interested in, like these ones, but the top ones, these ones, these ones, they belong to the VPO movement, the gap between the velum and excuse me. So the velum and the velopharyngeal port. So yeah, so this means that we need to get rid of the bottom part here, and then a small. I'm going by small portions so that I don't mess up the top ones, the white pixels. So go small so that you are sure what you are doing here. So yeah, it will take a little bit of time. It's a little bit of manual work, but this is some control that we don't want to lose. So it is going to make our data more filtered and precise. We don't want to leave any traces of any non-data in our case. So what I'm doing is basically, drawing small rectangles and then deleting them using the delete button on my keyboard. So as you can see, it's gradually going there. All right. Don't leave the small dots even. Try to remove everything as you can. So every part that you think constitute noise and not the data that we are interested in. But be careful not to lose any data that we are actually interested in. So this looks like a very clean representation of the velum's movement, basically capturing the gap between the velum and the velopharyngeal wall. So, all right, now all we need to do now is to invert the color. So what we could do is we could use Control-Shift-I, but I believe there is an option to here. It is under Edit and Invert, yes. So here we go. So this is the final cleaned kymograph that we want. Now we want to save it, so click Save, File Save. It says there is something there already. Oh, probably we don't want to replace the previous raw one. We want to keep a copy. So that's why we do Save As and TIFF, and then name it, instead of raw, we say cleaned. And we save, and we have it. We close it. And the last thing we could do is to create a macro and save it. There's a macro, we save it, and we can name it by the specific file number or speaker ID, so P1S6. So here we go. It keeps a record of what we did, and interestingly, if you want to you have to do this again. So you just somehow lost your cleaned kymograph, so you can use this macro to instantly perform all the tasks that you previously did. So that's why we save the macro as long as possible. All right, thank you so much. Oh, by the way, the final look. So here is the cleaned kymograph. This is the raw kymograph, and this is the cleaned kymograph. There you go. Thank you so much.